department took all the talking.
I didn't know you had the same ones, I'm sorry.
Thanks. Mike Foley, State Rep from Cleveland. Just got in off the road, so I apologize for being late. Look, I just want to reiterate some of the things that Representative Hagan talked about. The income tax cuts from 2006 have not helped generate jobs in the state of Ohio. If you compare the number of jobs lost in Ohio since 2006 to the national average and the national real numbers, we have lost jobs in Ohio where those income tax cuts have not helped at all. In fact, they've hurt us, it seems to me. Additionally, the income tax cuts that we think they're going to be coming down the road are absolutely regressive. They're tax cuts for the rich. This kind of continues this kind of Republican mantra of if you give tax cuts to the rich, somehow jobs will come flowing into the state of Ohio. One is that it hasn't happened. There's no evidence that that works. And two is that it's absolutely the wrong way to do economic development, it seems to me, is that you need people who are at the ground level, the people who are living in my neighborhood in Cam's Corners in Cleveland, who are living in Solon, Ohio, who are living in Delaware, Ohio, who've got access to services, who've got access to job training, who've got access to good highways, and that takes tax dollars to accomplish that. And to give tax cuts to rich people and to give minimal tax cuts to poor people and middle class people doesn't make sense in terms of generating a demand for products and services that exist in the state and should exist in the state, and that we want to encourage to exist in the state. So it seems to me to be backwards in terms of good economic development policy on how to proceed for the state of Ohio. I had a meeting just last week, and I do this all the time when I do these meetings up in Cleveland with constituents and groups of constituents. I say, how many of you really appreciated those great tax cuts you got in 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, and 2011? And no one knows what the heck I'm talking about. Because the people who I work with and represent are middle-income people who have no idea that they may have got a $40 tax cut across the year, right? Or a $50 tax cut across the year. It doesn't resonate with them. And they would, when I talk about this, they want to say, I'd rather see that money put back in education. I'd rather see that money put back into local government funds. Because they know, in Cleveland especially, we know that we've got, we had $60 million cut out of our school funding formula for the city of Cleveland. Just the city of Cleveland school districts. And the same things in Brook Park and Parma Heights and different areas in my district. So people are not looking for tax cuts right now. They're looking for money put back into the economy through restoring local government funds, restoring school district funding, and restoring government as a provider of goods and services and helping to provide goods and services for the state. With that, I'll turn it over to Brian.